I was quilting that morning when Derek arrived at my shop. For 30 years, I'd run Maggie's Quilts on Main Street in Millerville, Ohio. After my husband passed and Derek's father remarried me, this little shop became my whole world. "Hey, Maggie," Derek said, not bothering with his usual fake smile. "We need to talk." He'd been calling more frequently lately. Always with the same concern: "You're getting older, Maggie. Living alone above the shop isn't safe." That morning, he placed papers on my cutting table. I found a nice assisted living place. Clean, safe, with activities. He pushed a power of attorney document toward me. "Just sign this, and I'll handle everything." I stared at the papers. 30 years of building this business. Teaching neighborhood children to sew, hosting quilting circles for lonely widows, all of it could disappear with my signature. "Derek, I'm not ready for." "Maggie, be realistic. You're 74. What if you fall? What if you have a stroke? I'm trying to help here." The way he said "help" made my stomach turn. The preparation. 3 years earlier, I'd attended an estate planning seminar at the community center. The speaker, attorney Sarah Mitchell, had said something that stuck with me. "Your assets should remain yours until you choose otherwise. Proper planning protects you from well-meaning family members and not so well-meaning ones." After the seminar, I'd quietly visited Sarah's office. "Mrs. Thompson, let's make sure your wishes are protected," she'd said, explaining revocable living trusts and their benefits. We'd established the trust with specific provisions. I remained trustee with full control during my lifetime. Any attempt to circumvent my wishes would trigger an automatic transfer to the Millerville Youth Arts Foundation. "It's like insurance," Sarah had explained. "You hope you'll never need it, but if you do, it's there." The shop's deed was quietly transferred into the trust. No one could sell it without my explicit, documented consent, not with a simple power of attorney, not with any legal maneuvering. I never told Derek. Something in his eyes during family gatherings warned me to keep quiet. The setup. After that morning conversation, Derek's visits intensified. "I found a buyer," he announced the following week. "Cash offer, above market value. You could live comfortably at Sunset Manor." I played along, nodding and asking questions while my heart raced. "How much are they offering?" $800,000, maybe more." His eyes gleamed. "I already spoke with a realtor. We could close in 30 days. "We could close. Not I could close." "Let me think about it," I said. Derek's jaw tightened. "Maggie, opportunities like this don't last. The buyer wants an answer by Friday." That evening, I called Sarah Mitchell. "He's moving fast," I told her. "They always do," Sarah replied. "Are you ready?" "Yes. The confrontation. Friday morning, Derek arrived with a manila folder thick with contracts. "Everything's here, Maggie. Purchase agreement, power of attorney, even the assisted living application." He spread papers across my work table like a card dealer. "Sign here, here, and initial here." I picked up the first document. Purchase agreement for $750,000, $50,000 less than he'd promised. "Derek, you said $800,000. "Well, after realtor fees and closing costs." He waved dismissively. $750 is still excellent." I was about to respond when my shop's front door chimed. Sarah Mitchell walked in, briefcase in hand. "Good morning, Mrs. Thompson." She nodded politely to Derek. "And you must be the stepson." Derek's confident expression faltered. "I'm sorry, who are you?" "Sarah Mitchell, Mrs. Thompson's attorney. I handle her estate planning." Sarah opened her briefcase and withdrew several documents. "Mrs. Thompson, before you sign anything, I thought you should see these." She placed papers on the table. "This is your property's current title status." Derek leaned forward, squinting. "As you can see," Sarah continued, "this property is held in the Margaret Thompson Revocable Living Trust, established 3 years ago. Any sale requires specific trustee authorization through our office." "That's impossible," Derek stammered. "Maggie never mentioned any trust. Mrs. Thompson was under no obligation to discuss her estate planning with you." Sarah's voice remained pleasant but firm. "More concerning is this." She produced another document. "Someone requested a property appraisal and submitted preliminary sale inquiries to 3 realtors last month. Before obtaining Mrs. Thompson's consent, Derek's face reddened. I was just exploring options. Additionally, this power of attorney document, Sarah lifted the paper Derek had brought, contains language that would override trust provisions. That's legally impossible and potentially fraudulent. The shop fell silent except for the ticking of my grandmother's wall clock. The resolution. Derek left without another word. His manila folder clutched uselessly in his hands. Sarah and I sat in my shop's back room, sharing coffee from my good china. What happens now? I asked. He'll likely try other approaches, but legally, he has no standing. Your trust is ironclad. Sarah smiled. What would you like to do with the shop? I looked through the doorway at bolts of fabric lining the walls, at the quilting frames, where generations of women had created beauty from scraps. I want it to continue. Maybe expand the classes, bring in more young people. The trust allows for operational changes. You could even convert it to a nonprofit community center if you wanted. Epilogue. Today, my shop buzzes with activity. Teenagers learn alongside grandmothers. The walls display quilts made by 12-year-olds and 70-year-olds, working side by side. Derek never returned. I heard through the family grapevine that he moved to Florida, still bitter about his inheritance. The truth is simple: what we build with our own hands, over decades of dedication, deserves protection. Age doesn't diminish our right to control our own lives and assets. Every stitch in every quilt teaches the same lesson: small, careful actions, repeated over time, create something beautiful and strong. Sometimes, the most important stitches are the ones nobody sees, until they're needed. If this story helps anyone facing similar pressure from family members, then sharing it was worthwhile. Trust your instincts, seek professional help, and remember, it's never too late to protect what matters most to you.